So welcome to yoga. My name is Basanti, and this is a class for any and all levels. So if you're very new, you're just as welcome as a seasoned practitioner would be. We're going to start on our back. Just coming down onto the back, and then bring the soles of the feet together. Doesn't matter how close in towards you, and drop the knees. Just let them get heavy. Good. The back of the head is getting heavy on the mat. One hand on the chest, one hand on the stomach. And we close the eyes. So far, so good. We're just going to start feeling our breath. You might feel the hand that's on your chest rise and fall. You might feel the hand that's on the stomach move as well. Now we'll take a very deep and conscious breath all the way into the lower belly. And we breathe out from there. Deep breath in. Chest rises, stomach rises. And we slowly exhale, and the chest falls and the stomach falls. One more like that. And now we move both hands to the stomach. Just want to focus on those deep belly breaths, because they activate the lower part of the lungs, which is the larger. For the next 45 minutes of this class, we want to make sure that every time we inhale, our stomach rises, and every time we exhale, the stomach falls. That way we're activating our rest and digest system and calming our body down. And we'll try and breathe in and out just through the nose. Good. Now on the next inhale, arch your back a little bit. Find that little bit of space here underneath your lower back and increase it. As you exhale, lower that lower back down onto the ground and raise the knees. Good. And keep the knees together, interlock the hands behind your head, or you can reach the arms out to the sides if you prefer. And then from here, left hip goes a little bit to the right, and we're going to drop both knees to the left and turn the head gently to the right, making sure that our right shoulder is still on the ground, our arms are relaxed. Now we can start feeling the breath now in the right side of the body. You might feel the right side of the rib cage, the waist, the hip, maybe further down the outer thigh. Knees are glued together here. Deep breath in. And on the exhale, we rise. And the buttocks come back down to the ground. From here, same on the other side. We're going to shift our hips a little bit over to the left. Drop the knees to the right. Turn the head to the left. And we'll take a few deep breaths here, feeling that nice stretch in our lats here on the left side of the body. Slow, relaxed breaths. Not rushing the in-breath and not skimming on the out-breath. We'll take a last deep breath in. On the exhale, we slowly raise our knees back up and bring the feet apart. Now, hips back to where they were, buttocks firmly on the ground, and we're going to bring the knees in towards us and over towards the armpits. So the feet are apart, the knees are apart. We just hold here. Feel your back relax, shoulders are relaxed. And then we'll bring our feet together here, just the toes touch. We're going to bring the knees in towards us, push the knees away from us, out to the sides, and then down and in towards us. So just drawing a little circle here with the knees while the feet are together. So just the big toes touching. And we won't forget to breathe deep, slow breaths. change direction. Bring the knees in towards us, out to the side, up, away from us, in and down again. Just drawing a circle the other way. Feeling the inner thighs here. Just slowly warming up. And from here, knees together, knees in towards the chest, and slowly straighten the legs. Now you can straighten all the way if you like, but that might be a bit too much here for the hamstrings. So if you want to bend the legs a little bit and use the hands to support the legs a little bit, that's fine. Just keep your shoulders and your whole back completely relaxed. And on the next few exhalations, we can straighten the legs a little bit more, maybe all the way. Just see how you feel. Good. From here, keep that left leg exactly where it is and send the right leg away from you. Point your toes. And round about halfway between the ground and up here, so about 45 degrees, you can stop. And we're going to start rolling our foot around. Just drawing a circle with the toes, going in one direction and then the other. Now you want to feel your lower back firmly on the ground here. You want to feel your core engaged a little bit, but not working too hard. And then raise that right leg and lower the left leg. Keep breathing while we do all of that. And then start rolling the left foot. A little foot circle here, one direction. And then the other. Good. And we raise the leg, toes are pointed. We're going to bring the knees in towards us. Just rock from side to side here. Feeling your back on the mat. Getting a little massage here. Very good. From here, bring the hands underneath the knees and rock from front to back. A few times before you go any further, we're going to end up sitting, but not yet. Just relax and soften your body as you go from front to back. And then all the way up into a cross-legged position. Good. So we're sitting nice and straight in the spine. Roll the shoulders to the back. If you feel like you're rounding forwards, you can always sit on a block or on a book if you don't have a block. We're just rolling the shoulders, hands relaxed, arms relaxed. Slow breath. Good. And we slide the shoulders down, gentle squeeze of the shoulder blades here as we take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, drop your left ear to the left shoulder. And if you want a little bit more, you're perfectly welcome to stay here, especially if it's quite a deep stretch for you. Or you can use your left hand to gently push the ear down a little bit. Just a little bit of pressure, not too much. You can reach the right arm to the side, stretch the fingers away from you, and then make your hand into a fist with your thumb inside and start rolling your fist. So the same thing, of course, is possible without you adding that little bit of extra pressure here. We change direction. Good. And we'll release that hand, interlock the hands behind you now. Gently push your chin towards your collarbone. And then push the elbows towards the back. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Deep breath in. And on the exhale, roll the chin to the chest. Elbows come forwards as if they wanted to touch. And we're going to round our back a little bit, bringing the elbows all towards the hips. So as if they wanted to come to the hips. They won't reach, don't worry. And we rise from here. Very good. And we release. Now bring your outer foot in towards you. Just so we've done both sides of Shukrasana, happy pose, easy pose. And we're going to roll the shoulders to the front now. And we've all got a dominant side that we're using more, probably the one that you are writing with, I want you to focus on your left dominant side now and do a nice full circle here. Dominant side doesn't need that. Doing it just by itself. We'll focus on the other side. Good. Now from here, arms to the front, interlock the hands, palms towards you, reach the arms as far away from you as you can, drop the chin to the chest, rounding the back. And then from here, push the palms away from you, straighten your back, raise the arms, look up to the ceiling, reach the shoulders high, and then slide them down. As far down as you can here, take a deep breath in, and exhale, float the arms down, drop your right ear to the right shoulder. And again, hands can be wherever you want them to be, just relaxing, or you can use that right hand to gently push the head a little bit further down. So again, this shouldn't be a lot of pressure here, just a tiny little bit. And then when you're ready, left arm reaches to the left, stretch out the fingers, and then when your thumb inside your fist, and start rolling your fist around, going into your wrist. And while we're here, we'll focus on our breath again, staying aware. And we're gonna go the other way. And we release. Hands go behind us, interlock them behind your head, and gently push your chin towards your collarbone, and then push the elbows towards the back. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Let the head soften. Try not to tense up your neck muscles or your shoulders. And then take a deep breath in. On the exhale, roll the chin to the chest, elbows come back down. And we're going to round our back here, bringing the elbows towards our hips. Good. Now inhale and rise. Good. Shake off the arms. Take a deep breath in, raise the arms, and breathe out, float the arms down. Now we want to feel our shoulders here. Inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, engage your shoulders, shoulder blades as you float the arms down. One more time. Breathe in, raise the arms. And breathe out, float the arms down. From here, slide that right hand as far away to the side as you can. Reach the left arm over and look up to the ceiling. Good. Deep breaths into the left side. On an exhale, slowly roll your head down, looking down towards the ground. And if you can, bring that forearm onto the ground, still grounding yourselves in your buttocks. Good. Now from here, take a deep breath in, exhale, and bring that arm down. We're going to come down onto our right leg here, as low as we can. You might not touch it, that's fine, but just relax the head, let the head get heavy. And try and keep your left butt cheek quite low as well. Good. On the next inhale, we're going to raise that left arm again, look up, and exhale, push yourself back up. And we're going to bring that outer foot back in towards us. Slide your left arm as far to the side as you can. Raise your right arm, look up to the ceiling. Deep and slow breaths into the right side of the body. On an exhale, lower your gaze, look down to the ground. And if you can come that little bit further, bring your forearm onto the ground. Reach that right arm even further over towards the left. And we take a deep breath in. On the exhale, we lower that right arm and let ourselves drop onto our leg. Again, it's not about touching. My torso isn't touching the leg either. It's just about letting ourselves get heavy here. You still feel that lat stretch. You're also allowing yourself to just soften and round. Good. And now from here, inhale and raise that right arm again. Exhale and come back. And we're going to bring the hands to the front and walk ourselves onto all fours, making sure that our knees are underneath our hips and the hands are underneath the shoulders. Now spread your fingers as wide as you can. Good. So we want to make sure here that the weight of our body is not just on the heel of the hands. So really engage your fingertips as well. Take a deep breath in, arch your back and look to the front. And then we exhale and round our back, dropping the head. Inhale and arch. Exhale and round. Now this is my favorite part, the part where I always say close your eyes. And you can freestyle a little bit here. You can stick to just arching and rounding the back, always making sure that it's the breath that guides the movement. So let the breath come first. And as you're inhaling, you're arching. As you're exhaling, you're rounding. Or if you feel like your body needs a little bit more, but you're not quite sure what it does, just play around with what you'd like. Hips can shift from side to side. Arms can go further to the front. We can shift the hips all the way to the back. We can do all sorts of things. We can even drop the hips to the front. So just see what feels right and move into your body in a way that feels comfortable for you. If you want inspiration, you can look at me. And if you don't need it, which is quite likely, then you just go after your own thing, moving into your body. Good. And from wherever we are now, we're going to come back onto all fours, hands underneath the shoulders. And we're going to take a deep breath in, raise the right leg. So as if the foot wanted to come towards the head, we look up and arch the back. Good. And we hold here for another deep breath in. And as we do that, we really push the ground away from us. Strong shoulders, strong arms. On an exhale, bring the knee towards your dropped head. Looking towards the knee, kissing the knee, whatever works here. And we stay hovering that right foot. Good. Now more smoothly, inhale, arch your back, raise that right leg, look up. Exhale, round your back, bring the knee towards your dropped head. And we inhale and arch. And we exhale and round. And just as before, you might have guessed it, this is about our breath. So let the breath come first, inhaling as you arch, exhaling as you round, in your own time. Don't worry about my tempo, just find your own. Inhaling as you arch, and exhaling as you round. Good. On the next inhale, stay up at the top, arching the back, looking up, raising that foot. And then on an exhale, we're going to straighten the leg towards the back. Good. Now walk your left fingertips far forwards, as far as you can. Good. Fingertips can stay on the ground, or if you feel like you can do a little bit more, reach that left arm to the front. We can look to the front here, or we can look down to the ground, whatever is more comfortable for our neck muscles here. Now, if you want to go a little bit further, if you've got that balance here, if you don't feel too wobbly, then grab hold of your back foot and raise the knee. And then rather than looking down to the ground or to the front, we look to the left and all the way over to the back. Keep your right shoulder strong, and you want to push that right foot into the hand and raise the knee as high as you can. Very good. Wherever you are, take a last deep breath in, and on the exhale, release. If you need a little break, feel free to come into child's pose, just pushing the hips to the back. Or you can stay on all fours, checking that you really used your fingers here as well and not just the heel of the hand. Very good. Now get ready. Come back onto all fours. And we're going to take a deep breath in, raise the left leg, arch the back, look up to the ceiling, bringing the foot towards the head. Now we want to make sure again that we don't sink into our shoulders in any way. Really strong shoulders, strong arms. Deep breath in here. And exhale, bring the knee forward, all the way towards the dropped head, rounding your back. And stay here, keeping that left foot off the ground if you can. Good. Now inhale, arch your back, look up. Exhale, round your back, drop the head. Again, in your own time, inhale, arch. When you're ready to exhale, round your back, knee comes forward. Couple more like that, in through the nose and out through the nose. So really taking your time here, letting the breath guide the movement so that we're fully aware. We're not constricting the breath, flows freely. Good. On the next inhale, stay up at the top. Again, we're going to check on those shoulders. They should be strong. And on an exhale, we're going to straighten the left leg to the back. We're going to start walking our right hand to the front. Either fingertips stay on the ground. If you need that for support, that's absolutely fine. Or we can raise that right arm. And if we find that we're quite wobbly here, we are going to focus on just that balancing tabletop. And if we want to go a little bit further, we're going to grab hold of the left foot at the back, raise the knee high, pushing the foot into the hand, and then looking over towards the back here, so really stretching into our pecs as well. Good. Deep breath in here. Last one. And we exhale and come back onto all fours. One more time, we're going to inhale, arch the back and look up. And then we're going to exhale, tuck the toes under, round the back, and push your hips up. Knees rise, legs straighten, and we're going to start walking the heels into the mat, one by one. Maybe you're a little bit tight here in the backs of the legs. Might be your calves, might be your hamstrings. Just keep walking the heels into the mat, warming up a little bit more. And as you do, make sure that you're aware of your breath. Once you feel ready, you can push both heels towards the ground. And incidentally, most of us will have the heels quite high and the legs still bent. That's absolutely fine. If you're flexible enough, the heels can touch the ground and the legs can straighten all the way, but that's optional. Now let's focus on the upper body. We don't want us to come forward. We want to push our whole weight towards the back. So we're really stretching out the arms and we're stretching out our back. And our tailbone is reaching for the ceiling. Very good. Now ground yourself in that left foot. It's going to stay on the ground as we inhale and raise the right leg. Reach the toes high, stretch it out, feel your hip here, open up. And we're going to take a couple more breaths here. In through the nose and out through the nose. Keep your head completely relaxed. If you were looking what I was doing, then drop the head now, keep it relaxed, look towards your left foot. And on the next exhale, we're going to flex our right foot and drop the heel to the buttocks. Very good. And if you're struggling with this, that's completely understandable. It's not easy. Deep breath in here. And on the exhale, we bring that right foot forward, stepping it in between the hands. If you've landed here, you won't be the only one. You can help yourself out with your right hand and step that foot forward. But we want, before we do anything else, to have the hands frame our foot. And then sink your hips down here. And on an inhale, raise your right arm and look up to the ceiling. Good. Now we always want to check that every part of our body is comfortable here. If your neck muscles are a little bit stiff, maybe you prefer looking to the side, maybe you even prefer looking down. So don't just do something because I say so, make sure that it's okay for your body as well. Make your hips sink a little bit lower. Take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, drop that right arm behind you and look to the back. Good. Push that right shoulder to the back. Inhale here, raise that arm. And exhale, bring your hand down. Drop your back knee now and check on your knee heel alignment. We don't want that knee to come further forward. So shifting back, you can, if you want to, send that left leg further back. And then relax the top of the foot onto the ground. And bring our hand onto our knee and look to the front. And then once we're stable here, hands onto the hips, roll the shoulders to the back, push the elbows towards each other. And with the hands on the hips, we'll come into a little back bend. So careful with that, don't do too much, and only do what's comfortable. We can look up to the ceiling, or we can keep looking to the front, whatever feels right. Now, only for those regulars, for those who do a lot of yoga, we can bring that left hand onto the left leg and reach the right arm over to the back. And look a bit further towards that right hand. Good. Wherever we are right now, we take a last deep breath in. And on the exhale, we come back to where we were. Hands onto the ground, tuck your back toes under, straighten the leg, push the hips up, step that right leg to the back. And we're back in our inverted V where we started off. Heels heavy, hips high, and strong shoulders. Very good. Now from here, take a deep breath in and raise that left leg. We're going to do exactly the same on the other side. So stretch it out. Feel your hip open up. Take deep breaths. And again, take care that your torso isn't coming forwards here. We've still got those strong shoulders pushing towards the back. Now flex your foot and drop the heel towards the buttocks. Some of us will look like this with that knee going quite low. We want to try and push that knee as high as we can. Good. And still flexing the foot here. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Look to the hands. Step your foot in between the hands. Again, if you've landed somewhere that's nowhere near the hands, you've got that option of helping yourself out, stepping forwards until the hands frame your foot. So maybe slide that back foot a little bit further back. We don't want the knee to come further than the heel. And from here, we're going to inhale and raise left arm, and look up to the ceiling. Now get comfortable here because we're going to stay for a few more breaths. Make sure your hips are relaxing here. They're allowed to soften. Again, check on your neck muscles if you want to look to the side or even down. If that's better for you, then that's absolutely fine. And make sure that you're not sinking into your right shoulder. You want a really strong arm and shoulder here. Very nice. Now from here, take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, drop your left arm to the back. Hips sink down with you as you look to the back of the room and push that shoulder to the back. Very good. We inhale and raise the arm. We exhale and lower the hand, and from here, lower that back knee to the ground. Check your knee heel alignment, relax the top of the foot, maybe sink the hips further down if you like, and bring your hands onto the knee. Very good. We're straightening here. If you need for support to keep the hands where they are now, that's fine. If you're okay to bring the hands onto the hips, even better. Roll the shoulders to the back then, push the elbows towards the back. So just nicely opening up the chest here. And we're going to inhale into a back bend. Again, that doesn't have to be a deep back bend. Doesn't have to be a back bend at all. So obviously any issues here, just miss that one out and stay straight in the spine. Or if you want more, right hand to the right leg, left arm reaches back. Good. Deep breath in. And on the exhale, we bring the hands back down onto the ground, framing our foot. We tuck our right toes under, raise the hips, step the leg back, and walk the heels into the mat. Very nice. Well done. Now we're going to take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, we're going to roll forwards into a plank. So taking ourselves forwards, rounding our back. Good. And you might notice that your shoulders are far further over than your wrists. If that's okay for you, great. Stay here. Tuck your tailbone under, really push the ground away from you. If it's all a bit much, bring the knees to the ground. Good. We'll take 3 deep breaths here, in through the nose and slowly out. All the way in. And slowly out. So no rushing that exhalation. Last deep breath in. And on a slow exhalation, bring the knees to the ground, push your hips to the back, so you're arching your back a little bit here. Now, we want to make sure that we turn the crooks of the arms to the front a little bit, bring the elbows in towards us so they don't go out to the sides as we drop the chest and chin to the ground. This keeps your spine nice and elastic. Good for your discs as well. Now, if you want to, though that might be a little bit much, interlock the hands behind you here. So don't keep the hands on the ground. And then raise the arms, squeeze the shoulder blades, push the hands as high as they can go. Good. Slowly release. Hands come down into the ground again. And we drop our torso all the way down into the ground. We straighten the legs. Our whole body is on the ground. Hands next to the chest. And on an inhale, we're going to push the chest off the ground and just look to the front. Roll the shoulders to the back and push the elbows in towards your body. Good. We'll come a little bit higher from here, inhaling and pushing ourselves up even further, but keep your hips nice and low here. Keep your arms from straightening all the way, pushing the elbows in towards you. So working your triceps here, and we look to the front, or if we're quite high, we might be comfortable enough to look up to the ceiling. So don't force anything here. And notice how your lower back is feeling. And if you want to be much lower, that is absolutely fine. Good. Deep breath in here. And on the exhale, everyone's favorite, we're going to push the hips to the back and relax in child's pose. Just drop the head here. Relax the arms, making sure the forearms are on the ground so that your shoulders can relax. And we'll take a few deep breaths here. Noticing how you're feeling as well. In your body, what thoughts are going through you. Maybe they've been kept at bay with all the concentration you had to do. Right now from here, round your back. Come up onto all fours. Knees underneath the hips. Hands underneath the shoulders. Good. We're going to take a deep breath in and raise the left arm. Look up to the ceiling. Stretch out here. Feel the side body. And on an exhale, we're going to bring that arm down and over to the right. So reaching the hand as far over to the right as you can until your arm is on the ground. Relax the head down onto the ground and then raise your right arm and reach it high. For those who are hardcore and very flexible, that right arm can go all the way towards the back here. Keep the hand in line with the shoulders though, so don't drop it over here. And take a few deep breaths. Good. Now we're going to drop that right hand onto the left waist, or if you can't reach that far, onto the lower back. And we gently push our hips to the left here. So they will have gone to the right automatically. That's where we were opening up to. Gently push them to the left. Good. Now from here, reach that right arm over towards the front. So that it's going over your head and open the palm to the ceiling. You'll have stretch here and take a few deep breaths. And then you slide the hand back closer towards the left arm. And we push into that hand and come back onto all fours. Good. We know the movement. Now we'll do the same on the other side. Take a deep breath in and raise your right arm. Look up to the ceiling. Take a couple of moments here to feel that stretch. Good. Now on an exhale, we're going to take that arm all the way over to the left as far as we can. Bring the right side of the head onto the ground. Get comfortable here and then raise your left arm. So this is enough, and you're allowed to push the hips to the left here. We can, if we want to, drop that arm a little bit further. You'll feel that. not just in the front of the upper body, but also in your back, of course. Just opening up a little bit more, just stretching deeper if that's comfortable. Very good. Now from here, top of the hand comes onto the lower back or onto your right waist. Some of you might even be able to grab hold of the right leg. Don't worry if you can't. Now push your hips a little bit further over towards the right again. And push that left shoulder towards the back still. Good. Now from here, left arm reaches over to the front and we open the palm to the ceiling. Take a few deep breaths here. And then slowly bring that left hand back down into the ground, near your head, near your right arm, and slide the right arm back. Very good. From here, we come onto our back. And we take the knees with us, just tugging the knees in towards us. Maybe rocking from side to side a little bit here if that feels comfortable. Good. Now we're going to bring that left foot down onto the ground. We're going to push the hips over to the right. So raising the hips over to the right. Now straighten your left leg and bring that right knee over to the left. Into quite a similar supine twist as we did at the beginning. Just a little different. We can keep that left hand on the right knee, gently pushing it down. Keep your right shoulder firmly on the ground. And then it doesn't matter so much what you do with the right hand. You can reach it over towards the right, staying in line with the shoulder, hand staying in line with the shoulder. Or you can bring that right hand onto the right waist and just become more and more aware of your breath here. So even if that right arm is stretched out to the side, start feeling the breath here on the right side of the body, in your belly, in your lower back. That's the beauty of the breath. That's how powerful our lungs are. It's not just the chest and stomach, not just the rib cage, not just the front of the body, the sides of the back as well. There'll be movement in your lower back, your mid back, your upper back, and you're aware of that. Good. Now slowly come onto your back again and push into that right foot, bringing the hips back to where they were, buttocks firmly on the ground. Left foot comes in towards us and right leg comes away from us. So we're going to push the hips over to the left a little bit, hug the left knee in towards us and take ourselves over to the right, all the way over to that point where you're still comfortable and your left shoulder is still on the ground. Now it doesn't matter where your knee is. Your right knee doesn't have to be, your left knee doesn't have to be anywhere close to the ground. We're just adding a little bit of pressure here with that right hand, keeping the knee from rising too much, keeping our hips from coming back. Good. And then that left arm can reach over to the left, or we can keep the left hand on our left waist. You can even bring that hand somewhere to the back and start feeling that movement. Deep breaths into the lower belly, into the side. Good. And slowly come onto your back again, feet onto the ground so that you can bring your buttocks back to where they were. We're going to hug the knees in towards us. Close the eyes. Let the shoulders get heavy. Let your whole body soften. And get heavy. Get so heavy that the feet come down onto the ground. The arms relax. And we bring the soles of the feet together and drop the knees to the right and left. Palms are open to the ceiling. Shoulders and arms are heavy. And we'll come back to our breath. Breathing in and slowly out. Now keeping your in-breath just the way it is, unrushed and relaxed and deep. Try to pace yourself on the exhalation so that you breathe out for twice as long as you breathed in. You can do that in your own time. You can count to yourself in for 3 and out for 6. Or you can follow me as I count. Deep breath in for 3, 2, 1. And out for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In for 3, 2, 1. Out for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And again, 3, 2, 1. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One last time. 3, 2, 1. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then relax your breath. Let it work by itself. Our breath is quite good that way. If we just let it. You might have noticed we were holding our breath a little bit at the top and at the bottom. Just little pauses. Maybe next time we'll go a little bit further, expanding on those retentions of breath, or kumbhak, they're called. Good. Now from here, inhale and raise the arms up over the head. Stretch out, and as you exhale, send the legs away from you. Point your toes, point your fingers. Stretch into the sides here, and then slide the feet back in towards you, firmly onto the ground. We're going to drop onto the right side of the body and make our way up to seated. Yeah, we can come into any comfortable seated position. We're going to roll the shoulders to the back, and we're going to inhale and raise the arms, look up to the ceiling, and exhale, bring the hands to the heart center. Thank you very much for joining, and I will see you again soon.